What's up, ladies and gentlemen of the verse? Astronesto here, and I am excited to take a first look at the Argo Raft. This ship got a lot of attention, and there was some speculation as to what it would be and what it could do, so I'm glad it's finally here. We can all check it out and see what it's like. So please join me for this first impressions video. I'll give you a nice little tour of the ship, and then we'll actually go on a run to see how it performs. So let's get to it. By the way, all my videos are broken up into sections, so if there's one that interests you more than another, feel free to skip ahead. The Argo Raft is an entry-level cargo ship designed to get you from point A to point B with a crew of 2. The ship features VTOL thrusters, extra armor for defensive capabilities, and a unique cargo container system in the rear of the ship, giving the raft a total of 96 SUs of cargo, placing it in between the Freelancer series from MISC and the RSI constellations. So I know Argo loves its acronyms, and the raft is no different, as RAFT stands for Reinforced Advanced Freight Transport. But right now I want to get into the style of the raft right now, because that's one of the things that grabbed me first, as it usually does with any ship. But the raft is sporting the typical orange and black Argo paint job. It's got that industrial look that we expect from Argo. You can see the mold there right next to it in the showroom floor, and you can see how similar they are as far as the design look goes. However, this is undoubtedly a cargo ship. And you can tell the back is dedicated just to cargo. As we're getting a first look at the storage containers that Star Citizen will be using, most likely on a whole series of ships. So it's kind of nice to see what their implementation looks like in game, and I think the way it's attached to the raft is really nicely done. I really like the look of the exposed shipping containers on the back and how it looks like it's kind of like on a crane assembly. This definitely looks like a ship that would be at home at a big large port, loading and unloading large ships like the Hull D and Hull E. But I could see it even today, this assembly here maybe being at today's modern shipping ports. Something else that's kind of hard to miss are the landing gear feet that are on this ship. According to the Inside Star Citizen Freight Mate, where the designers talk about the ship, those feet are meant to land on pretty much any type of terrain, and it looks like it can possibly do that. I'm not sure if you would need feet to do that, because other ships can do it without these massive feet, but it looks like this one is definitely designed to do that. Kind of gives it like a turtle look. I'm trying to think of what animal looks like it would be standing on the sand like that, but anyway, I dig the look. And on the landing gear legs are these VTOL thrusters, which you can tell mean business, not just because they say danger on the side, but you can tell you need massive thrusters to lift something like this. And I really love the industrial look and the signage. I mean, I think I've said this before, but Argo really reminds me of like the cat, the pillar of the verse or what have you. And on all those construction-like vehicles or industrial-like vehicles, you always see a lot of signage, and I think this is no different. One thing I think is also kind of interesting to note here is it looks like they have like bumper pads in the front, as if it's meant to press up against larger ships, and you have the docking collar here on the right. So it makes me wonder if it's meant to park right up next to a ship. Maybe that tells us a little bit of what we might see with large freight ships like the Hull series. But I guess time will tell. And I do love how it says Argo on the side, and there's a lot of Argo signage all over the place. Definitely sticks to that large, industrial construction maker like, I don't know, like Caterpillar or Craftsman, or, if you go through a Home Depot or a hardware store. I mean, definitely did a good job, I think, with the design of this ship. I think you definitely know when you're getting inside this ship that you're going to be cruising around industrial areas and shipping yards. Alright, let's take a look at what the inside of a raft looks like. The raft uses an elevator system to get in, similar to what the mole does. I'm not a big fan of elevators. I wish it had a ladder entryway in as an alternative, at least. But it'll do for now. I just find that sometimes these can be a little bit buggy depending on what the conditions are like. Like right now for me. Let's start out with the lower deck. Kind of nice. Not only do you feel like you're getting inside of a ship, but possibly a construction site. Okay, immediately to the right we have the bridge. Let's take a look inside. Similar to the mole, you have this, heavy look to it. Kind of reminds me of like maybe like a tractor or a semi truck. I definitely feel like when I'm driving a large Argo ship that you're driving a big rig. Very nice bridge. I'm a little bit baffled by this though. I believe these are AI blades, so what does that mean? Is the ship meant to be automated at some point? Pretty standard Argo layout in here. I really like the look of it, the dual sticks and everything like that. Definitely feels like you're kind of like operating a crane or a tractor. And I don't know, I feel like when I step on these, like the role play side of me immediately steps into the role, the way they design these spaces. Let's take a look at the rest of the ship. To the right here, you have the entryway to the dock and collar area. Guess it's locked, or maybe the power needs to be on. I really do like this habitation unit. I hope you guys do make it out on Argo Day to check this out before it leaves. Looks like we've got 2 bunk beds here. Slightly larger than the living space in the mole, but it's just for 2 people, so I think that's another reason why. I think it's interesting that you get accommodations like this. This is kind of luxurious compared to what a freelancer has in it. Well, I mean, it's also meant to go against the Constellation. We know that some of those have fancy interiors, but I was thinking this is meant for like, short hauls, maybe from like space down to an outpost. But it looks like this could possibly sustain you for a longer haul. And you have a nice view of your cargo in the back, if there is any. And let's take a look back here. Looks like we've got escape pods or storage units. I'm not sure. And here's a room that's near and dear to my heart. Comfort room. Get a full service showlet in here. Looks like a retractable toilet without a seat though. Very Argo. See, when I see things like this where it says empty string, it's kind of a peeve to me because that tells me some programmer didn't finish entering in all the variables for the space. And it makes me wonder if this ship was rushed out and not complete. Because instead of empty string, it should say, sink or something like that, or open and close, right? But anyway, nice bathroom. But yeah, they gotta work on that. Back here we have a ladder to get up to the 2nd floor, so you don't have to use the lift, which I like. And once you get up here, you're immediately greeted by the components of the ship. The component lockers are well labeled, so you know what you're servicing, which is helpful. Although I think all ships now do a pretty good job of that. Oh, this room down here baffles me a little bit. I'm not sure what they're going for in here. It looks like we've got some heavy machinery, a lot of smoke, so we can tell it's doing something, but what is it? What is it doing? Are these massive engines, or I don't know. Got your lift here, and more engineering equipment. So it's a fairly big room just for engineering. I feel like it was possibly intended for something else, or maybe we'll know later as they complete the functionality of the ship. So one thing I missed back here is the room for the operator. So the operator stands here, where basically they'll be able to load and unload the containers whenever that feature is implemented. I'm kind of disappointed to see that it doesn't work right now, because that basically makes this ship just like any other cargo carrier at the moment. But at least we can see what the future looks like. So that does it for the interior. Let's take this out for a ride and see how it handles. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, here she is, the Argo Raft, all set and ready to go. And we're going to take out the next greatest hauler on a beer run. Since I want to stay nearby, we'll just take a quick ride out to Utropy, to my man Bud's Growery, where I hear he's got the good stuff. Nighttime here on Microtech, so we're gonna see how the lights work. So annoying. Yes, victory. I so wish it was daytime for our first ride in a raft. Those VTOL thrusters work. Let's get trucking. Oh yeah, it's kind of nice how the landing gear comes up. I want to call them feet, not really gears. Now that we've cleared the hangar, let's flip the VTOL. Nice. Kind of reminds me of the Valkyrie's VTOLs, right? And since this is a review, let's open her up. See what this ship can do. Space truck that it is. Headlights check. They actually look functional on this ship. Oh, we got some rain going, but no windshield wipers. Would think in the future, or at least that it would spray Rain-X, right? Moves pretty decently. I mean, it's tackling some strong winds here at Microtech that usually tosses around a lot of ships, but it's holding its own, which I think is impressive for a ship this size. Swinging around with 3 shipping containers in the back. Let's see, can we thread the needle? Hold on. Oh, this might end badly. Oh, not too bad. You're still alive. Alright. Getting a little nervous though, so. Oh yeah. Not bad. Well, I don't recommend hot dogging with this guy. Not too bad. It might be able to get you out of some sticky situations. Right now, let's get out of Dodge. Not bad, kids. Don't try that at home. Utropy. I just want to say Utropy. One interesting fact about this ship is the quantum is just above the cockpit, so you always have to line like a little bit above. I don't know, this has been happening to me a lot lately where the quantum looks like this. Have its usual awesomeness. Hey, it's daytime. It's definitely a cool ship to look at. Start seeing Bud. I know I take a slow approach, but I'm just used to like my Elite Dangerous days. I don't think I ever shook those habits of flying. There it is. Oh, talk about a storm. This storm is actually tossing me around here, making the landing a little challenging. It's alright, I'm a professional. Analyst professional. Wow. Kind of underground is still moving. Cut those engines. Ugh. You guys know the last thing I want to do is step outside. I wish you could stay inside like they mentioned in Inside Star Citizen, but that's not going to happen just yet. Alright. Man's got to do what a man's got to do. There it goes. Oh. Just hope nobody else comes down. Open up, open up. Okay. I don't have a ton of money, so I'm going to be very disappointed if this goes badly. Oh. Ew. I didn't realize this was illegal. Alright, well this just turned into a smuggling run. Although something tells me a raft is not where you're supposed to be smuggling illegal goods in. Whoa! Did that just happen? Oh. What the? And a door closed? Please let me on. I think I'm going to freeze out here. I got 16 minutes to get in. Let's hope that's the most dangerous part of this run. Alright, ladder up. beautiful day to be out in Uterpie. Just wish I had my skis. What do you guys think? Are we gonna have any trouble with this illegal cargo? Well, I heard there's demand for this stuff at Port Tressler, so that means people there want to party. It's my job to bring them that party. Let's go, Raft. Engage. Alright, here's where the fun begins. You're not going to sneak up on anybody in a raft. Let's just hope that they assume we're legitimate. Come on. I mean, a little boss tip. Don't align directly with the station because this does not stop on a dime. Starfighter. Oh shoot. Alright, looks like we just missed it. Professional. Oh, not gonna lie, that was a little nerve-wracking. Need the money, so let's... What? 2,000 for hydrogen fuel? See how much money we make first. No problem, people. We got the beer. Won't it be cool when we can pick up these type of containers with our raft? Well, that was interesting. I'm not sure I recommend the Argo Raft as the ship to use to carry illegal goods. And, well, I'm not really sure I recommend the Argo Raft at all right now. I'm a little bit divided from my run. While the handling I thought was pretty good, under extreme conditions in Microtech and even on Uterpie, I didn't really get that much out of the experience from hauling in a raft than I would have in another ship. I think I'm a little strange. I kind of like seeing the SEU cargo containers in my cargo hold. Kind of makes me feel a little bit more immersed in what's going on. And with this ship, I know the cargo is in cargo containers like the ones we see around us, but I think the real play for it is to actually be able to load and unload those cargo containers from your ship. Even more so to be able to do it while staying inside your ship, like the Inside Star Citizen indicated that the ship's really designed for. Because if you're doing the normal cargo runs where you've got to go in and outside of your ship, that's not all that convenient inside of a raft. Any ship with a lift I find to be a little bit cumbersome when you have to run into stations like that. It's really not my preference to run in and out of ships that have lifts. Something like a C2 that at least has a ladder to get up and down I think is a lot more convenient when you're dealing with a lot of outposts that you're running in and out of your ship from to load and unload. However, something like a raft where you're going to a port like this and you're just loading up cargo containers maybe from inside your ship and then bringing it down to the surface or unloading from a large freighter like the Hull E&D, I think that's going to be more enjoyable. So until that gameplay is here, this is just another hauler. Now let's talk about the pricing. It's closer in line at 125 with the Freelancer series, and it carries more cargo than those ships do at 96 SEUs versus I believe the 66 that they do. The 96 is closer to the Constellation series, but you're going to pay more for those. However, those are more combat capable and able to defend themselves better. Of course, the trade-off is you have higher armor in the raft, and it seems a little bit faster to me. I'm not sure if that's the case though, however, stopping the ship and maneuvering it can be a little tricky at low speeds. So do I recommend the raft as a buy right now? I'm kind of struggling with that, and I thought it was going to be a slam dunk yes, because when I first saw the ship before I actually got into it, I was super excited for it. But actually using it, with the gameplay we have right now, it's just like any other hauler. So if you already have a favorite hauler, I think you might enjoy that one a little bit more for doing the type of hauling we have in game right now. Now, however, if you do like the way the ship looks and you're a real believer in the fact that shipping gameplay is going to evolve into something more with containers, then it may just be a compelling buy for you. I think for me, I'm going to hold on to it for now and see where gameplay develops. Did you get a chance to try out a raft during the show? If you did, I'd love to hear your feedback on it in the comments section. And by leaving a comment, you'll be entered in a chance to win a Nomad starter pack as my thanks. And finally, if you enjoyed this video, please give it a like and subscribe. It really helps me out a lot. And if you didn't, you also know what button to hit. Either way, leave a comment, you're still entered in. Anyway, thanks for watching the video, and I hope I'll see you next time. Wherever you are in the galaxy, please be safe.